Alright, so hello everyone. My name is Calvin Uy, and for today's episode, we're going to be discussing what I've learned as a caregiver. Alright, so let's just begin. So I've been working as a caregiver now for the past 5 months. It happened towards the beginning of the lockdown. So the purpose of this video is just to share, what I've learned, some of my experiences as a caregiver, and to hopefully shed some light about this job or this profession. I don't really consider it as work. I really see it as serving. So before we begin, don't forget to like and to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on Instagram right here. And because I ask questions there, before I make this video, and I incorporate it to my YouTube video. So anyways, let's just begin. So I guess we could start with the Instagram questions. All right, so the first question coming from my very talented sister. What surprised you or didn't expect about being a caregiver, positive or negative? So I guess what surprised me is really just the job itself. I never expected to become a caregiver. My background is like multimedia arts and creative living and all that good stuff. So I guess what I really didn't expect is just the lessons that I'm going to be learning for the past 5 months, interacting with someone who's much older than me. He's in his late 80s and he was a doctor. Before this caregiving job, he was active and he was still working. Unfortunately, he had an accident. He fell and he fractured his hip. So that's why I'm here to help him with his day-to-day living. So I prepare his breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just really the day-to-day experiences, the conversations we have, and just having someone to talk to who's much older than you, and that how I view my life differently, just having access to old man experiences, having access to old wisdom. So I really appreciate that. And I guess that's one of the things I kind of knew coming in, but I never really expected how it would shape me, how I view things in life. So I guess let's move forward with the next question. What's a common stigma or thought about caregiving that you want to prove wrong? And I think the job of being a caregiver, some people think of it as like it's a degrading job helping someone, with his day-to-day living. But for me, I never really saw it that way. As Filipino, being a Filipino, like all around the world, Filipinos are everywhere being a nurse, doctors, caregivers. And it's not a degrading job at all. Like I take pride in it. I wouldn't be talking about this if I thought it was a degrading job. I really see it as not a job, but really more about serving. And like in the Bible, just like Jesus's life is, his teachings is about serving. And that's really where I also draw strength, and sometimes like the bad days where you don't feel like doing the job and you feel like it's unworthy, I just really draw back from, if Jesus told us to serve, I just really draw strength from that. And just washing his servants' feet and all that, you have a lot to learn, if you apply yourself right, if you have the right perspective, if you have the right mindset coming into this job. It's a really humbling experience and it's a worthwhile experience to have. Because as for me, I've known this person since I was 12, so he's kind of like a grandpa to me. And as Asians, I think as Filipinos, it's in our culture to take care of your elderly, to take care of your parents, your grandparents. And that's how I treat him. I treat him as my grandpa. Like I treat him as a family. That just makes the whole experience much better. We watch a lot of Netflix and just teaching him about technology. It's very fascinating, So I guess that's one thing that I want to prove wrong, that it's not a degrading job at all. It's a humbling job, and you should appreciate your caregivers. You should appreciate, like in the Philippines, like mga yaya, like if you hire a yaya to take care of your parents or grandpa, and you should give them a lot of credit. They deserve, they're taking care of you. And also it brings me to the next question is, have you learned any healthy living tips? I guess just being around with someone so much older than me and seeing him at that stage of his life, and how we're all gonna grow old. We're all gonna grow old. Like one day, like 60 years from now, that's gonna be me. And that's why I'm also really becoming more passionate about just health and healthy living and nutrition and taking care of my body. Because God knows I didn't really treat my body well, as a college person, because growing up as adult, you party, you drink till you drop, you eat whatever foods you want. And just seeing how it can affect you towards the later stage of your life. So it just really encouraged me to take care of myself more. So once I'm older, I'll be more capable of taking care of myself, that I don't have to rely to anyone of doing my day-to-day living. So I'm really becoming more passionate about the longevity of life, because I've been to the gym, I've met people who's in their late 80s and even 90s, and they're still working out, and they're still doing all these active things, and that's something that I want to be once I'm older. Life is full of beautiful things. Like, I want to be able to see what goes on in the future, the technology and everything, but that's for a different story. I'm getting off topic. And another one is, how has it impacted how you see your identity and role in the world? And it really changed, how I see myself as a person, as a human being, and how I interact with people, especially someone who's much older than me, and just how you could learn from them, from their experiences. It's something that I've been passionate about for the past maybe 2-3 years, just having that growth mindset and just learning from people around you, someone who's smarter than you, someone who's experienced more in their life than you, just having conversations with older people, learning from their mistakes, just learning from the experiences, just learning from their success and everything. And it all goes back to my personal faith, is just how God, how Jesus said, be in servant. Like, we're here to serve others, we're here to serve people, whether it's your job, whether it's your passion, whatever we do in life, like, we have to serve others. And that also ties in, with what I'm doing, just like videos, sharing my personal experiences in hope that someone may learn something from this, have a positive outlook in life, just really pushing ourselves to be positive about everything we do, serving others, helping others. Like, we live in such a fascinating world, and the role that I really want to play in this world is, to bring good information, just to share my personal experiences. Just be good to someone, just be good to others. There's just have love for your neighbors, have love for the people around you, your family. Because life is really, we get one, it's precious, and we really should start valuing our life and other people's life, the people around you, and just really have that passion or desire to help others. So that's something I really want to look forward to in the future. Later on in life, I really want to transition more into trainer or a physical trainer, because I work with him in physical therapy, and it's really satisfying for me, when he makes progress. Like, before, I practice him just walking with a walker, then we transition to a cane, and now he's able to walk by himself again, just by his own strength. It's fulfilling seeing someone's journey to becoming healthy again, becoming a better person. So I really want to transition more into the future of just sharing my knowledge and my passion about becoming our better selves and taking care of our body. So once we're older, we could do more things, we don't have to rely on others to assist us, and just be more adventurous in life in the first place. Because I think life is, supposed to explore. The world is a wonderful place. There's so many places to go I want to travel to. Alright, so that's it for the Instagram question. So let's just move on with other things that I've learned. So one thing is like the perks. I stay in the house. Right now I'm in my day off. This is my day off place. But I stay in. I live with him because he needs assistant supervision basically 24/7. And just the perks, I have my own room, the backyard is nice, and just having more time to be free with the creative endeavors that I really want to do, like YouTube. As before, I work in the creative industry, and that really takes a lot of my time, doing work for others. So now I can really just focus on creative stuff that I always wanted to do for myself. It really opens up a whole another world, because I don't have to worry about working as a creative to make money. And moving on, how it really taught me to become a more patient person. I consider myself a patient man, but this job, this servanthood really taught me a lot about patience, and just really being more attentive to his needs, and really just having a positive attitude with what I'm doing. It's not easy, there's gonna be days that you don't want to do the job well. It's just you want to rest, but you have to, He relies on me to basically survive or to live. So it's a big responsibility that I don't think a lot of people appreciate. They just think you're a caregiver, but you're responsible for someone's well-being, and I take pride in that. It's a really humbling experiences. Like I said, we will all get old, and just having that foresight, having these experiences, I really think it's gonna make me become a better person later on in life. Yeah, it's just a humbling experiences that hopefully you guys can feel with my passion and enthusiasm with what I'm sharing. And I guess just also just the human connection. like my background is being Asian, you know, and their family, they're Jewish, and just learning from their culture and their life, and just learning from the history and his interests are. I learned a lot of stuff. So I guess in conclusion, you know, this job, caregiving, is really more about serving, and I've learned so much in this past 5 months just as a person. And I'm looking forward for whatever else I'm gonna learn doing this job, you know, just serving. And yeah, just, you know, be healthy, take care of yourselves, because we only get one body, one life. And the actions that we take today, the actions that we do to our body, either, you know, what you eat, if you're exercising, if you're taking care of your mental health, physical health, and your spiritual health, and it's gonna matter once you're older. You know, if you want to be more active and more adventurous towards the later stage of your life, take the necessary actions of taking care of yourselves of today, because it's gonna bear fruit, you know, once you're older. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video, and I'm sure, you know, especially if you're Filipino, I'm sure you have a relative, you have a family member that's working somewhere abroad as a caregiver, as a nurse, you know, just taking care of a person, and appreciate them more, you know, like as especially now in the COVID pandemic, you know, our frontliners, you know, our nurses, just serving others, taking care of people. I think we should be more passionate about taking care of each other, helping each other, uplifting each other in every way we can. It's like, what else is it there to do in life? Why are we so focused on like the negative things sometimes? Just the outlook in our life, we're focused on all these other things that are really non-essential. You know, life is valuable, you know, take care of yourself, take care of your health, and just be more appreciative of all the things in life. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I feel like there's gonna be part 2 in the future, because, you know, I'm always learning. So if you guys have any ideas, if you guys want me to talk about next, or just anything in life, feel free to comment what you guys want me to discuss, and hopefully you guys learned something from this video. So I guess that's it. Peace out, and God bless, guys. Inet. Woo! Let's go. Recording. Let's take a little sip of some goody goody. Let's begin. Alright, so hello everyone, my name is Calvin Uy, and for today's episode we're going to be discussing what I've learned as a caregiver.